Welcome back to Live at 9. We've got Dr. Quinn here with us today, and we're going to jump right in. Generally, vaping is considered less harmful than smoking cigarettes, but it's important to understand that both carry risk. So today, we have Dr. Quinn to break down and compare the two. Dr. Quinn, good morning.
Good morning.
And is vaping actually better for your health than traditional cigarettes?
Before we even get into it, I want to share a conversation I had with a college student about 3 months ago that brought her mother to her doctor's appointment because she so very badly wanted me to let her mother know that vaping is safe. She stated that the research shows that vaping is a safe alternative to smoking, but I had to be honest with them and tell them what the facts showed. There's a mounting pile of ongoing research that's overwhelmingly revealing that there are many dangers associated with vaping, to include cardiovascular disease, lung disease, and also a very high potential for addiction.
Dr. Quinn, that is so crucial to talk about that because it does seem to be a really big misconception, especially with younger adults or teenagers. So let's talk about that. What are some of the real health risks that are linked to vaping?
Well, what we have to realize is when we vape, we're taking in nicotine, which is very addictive, and it's at a higher level in your brain than smoking. Because what happens is when you vape, that mist is so high in temperature that it absorbs in your lungs much more quickly, and then it goes straight to your brain and it crosses the blood-brain barrier. And what happens is you get a sensation of just feeling great, but relaxation of your muscles. And the problem is, after about 2 to 4 hours, if you're not vaping anymore, you can start having withdrawal symptoms, which are just the opposite, which makes the addiction potential so high. And then you have to think about the fact that the nicotine is research proven to stop or hurt the development of a young brain, a person less than 25 years old. And then when you vape, there are other substances in it as well, such as volatile organic compounds that can be carcinogenic in those different dyes and flavors. So to deal with vaping is there are a lot of regulatory industry want to stop it, but it's a $20 billion industry about 6 years ago, and it's more now. Nobody knows exactly how much. So they have a lot of legislators that make it very difficult for the regulators to make it so that vaping is illegal. But I think that time will tell as we go further on.
Yeah, Dr. Quinn, I definitely think, of course, the further we get into more research and more knowledge about this rather new trend developing and even habit, we'll find out more. But why is it that so many teens or young adults are drawn to vaping?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the targeted marketing. What these companies do is they make it so that vaping seems like it's cool. I don't know, you're a lot younger than me. I know you don't know about Happy Days with the Funds, but he always smoked. And it appeared cool to the young people. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're doing with vaping. They're making it seem like it's fun, and then they're putting all those flavors in it, which are very toxic, and young people are drawn to that. And then there's so much pressure on these college campuses and also high schools and junior highs where everybody's doing it. If you're not doing it, you're not cool. So that's the big problem with vaping right now. But as I said, as research continues, there'll be more facts that are more presentable, and we'll have more ammunition to go against those government regulators so that we can decrease the marketing, and we could also probably limit what they can put in the vaping, which is very unregulated at this time.
Absolutely, Dr. Quinn. And kind of like you started off with that conversation you had with a college student, a young adult. So let's talk about if you have any advice on how to communicate the risk of vaping to young adults or teenagers. What would that be?
Well, the advice would be to understand that it can be very addicting. And a lot of the research is suggesting if someone suspects that someone might be addicted to vaping and can't stop, an addiction specialist. Treat it like alcohol or any other drug. It's even being compared to cocaine as far as the addictive potential. And with all these new facts being presented, showing that it could lead to lung disease, just basically let's not hesitate to seek out medical help.